Welcome back to my channel. This is Swobbly. Swobbly does stuff. Today, not feeling great. Got a bit of the groggy chest feeling. Got a bit of a cough. So if you see any cuts in the video, it's because I've been off and had a coughing fit. Not very nice. Not so much snot today. So happy to record my face. Need a bit of a haircut. Need a shave. Feel like crap. Still doing YouTube. What a trooper. Anyway, this is my compilation of Dreamcast games with me, with a bit of a waffle on the top, giving my view, giving my reaction to how the game plays today. Some of the games were so much fun to play, some of them not so fun. But if you're enjoying my video, please hit the like button, show that you like my stuff, subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and if you want to go that extra mile, hit the join button. Merch and other items coming soon. Yep, just had a coughing fit. Had to cancel the video and restart it, but there we go. That's the joys of being ill. Love it. Anyway, let's crack on. See what games you enjoy. There are some games missing. I've done that on purpose. I'll explain at the end of the video. Enjoy. Frogger 2, Swampies Revenge, kind of a follow-on from the original Frogger game. Remember, jumping across the roads, jump across the river, jump into a hole. Slightly different, more 3D, more running around an environment. First kind of level is dodging lawnmowers around a garden. Or not dodging lawnmowers, as the case may be. Lack of blood. Always annoys me, that does. But the game, on the whole, I rather enjoyed playing and spent at least 20 minutes playing this game just to capture a bit of video. Not sure I'd play it again, but if I was that bored, definitely. Dead or Alive 2 has to be one of my most favourite beat-em-up games ever. It's set as my top favourite on my arcade box, and whenever I fancy a game, I switch it on, it's there, ready to play. Love the game. Enjoyed playing it back in the day on the Dreamcast. Love playing today on my arcade box. I may even look to see if there is enhanced graphics and high resolution versions to see how good it looks on a high spec PC. Bloody good game. Can't beat it for fun. Absolutely love it. Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. First ever found this game many years ago on the original Xbox. Didn't know it existed on the Dreamcast back in the day. Me and my sisters used to play this constantly. It was such a fun little game. The speed that you could drop those cubes and blow things up and smash your opponent to bits was amazing. It's a fun single player game. It's more fun if you're playing with an enemy. I would say friend, but it's better to beat them than lose. Super colourful fun. What more could you want from a game? Ikuruga. I think that's how you say it, or it does sound something weird that would come out of Bart Simpson's mouth. It's a shoot 'em up. It's a top down, side around, 3D, all sorts of weird kind of angles going on. Shoot things, blow things up, collect things. You've got two kinds of firepower. You can be a white one or you can be a black one. The white one, when you blow things up, I believe you can pick up all the white things that fall down. Otherwise, if you go to a black one, you can pick up all the black things. It's bloody good graphics. It was amazing when I first ever played it on the Dreamcast back in the day. Super graphics. Magforce Racing. I can remember enjoying this when it first ever came out on the Dreamcast. I thought, yeah, it's just a really good version of that PlayStation game that everybody loves. But playing it again now, it was a bit poor. It doesn't seem like you're driving very well. You can't corner very well. And yeah, the graphics were okay. But I just found the game rather tedious and slow and just not as much fun as I used to think it was. But then some games don't stand the test of time. Sadly, this one fell down the toilet. Everyone remembers Centipede from the arcade. Little trackball, run around the bottom, firing up, shoot the mushrooms, shoot the spiders, shoot everything coming down at you. This, they tried to do a 3D version. It was okay, it was kind of fun, the controls were a bit poo to be honest with you, and it just wasn't as fun as the original. Good attempt, could have done it slightly better, but no, they took the original concept, shoved it in a frying pan with some 3D graphics and came up with this miserable game, although it is slightly fun to be honest. Soul Calibur was the follow-on game to Soul Edge. I think I played Soul Edge on the original PlayStation when it came out. Me and my friend Pete, hours and hours playing on it. It was one of those games that gripped you in, got you hooked, and you just wanted to kick the living daylights out of the other player, knock them out the ring, drown them, smash them, and once they're on the floor, carry on kicking the living daylights out of them. Always nice to get a perfect. Wasn't always the case, but it was a fun game and one I still enjoy playing today. Still prefer Dead or Alive 2 though. Ms. Pac-Man Maze Madness. I'd completely and utterly forgotten about this game until I started making this video. It was a game I absolutely adored. It was cute, it was Pac-Man, but it wasn't Mr. Pac-Man, it was Ms. Pac-Man. Now, is she a Ms because she was divorced, or did she just end up being an old spinster? We'll never know the story behind it all, but it was a fun game. It was just like Pac-Man with a bit of 3D, bit of puzzle elements, collect stuff, eat stuff, kill ghosts and bad guys. A fun game for any age. Cannon Spike is one of those run and gun games with an element that I'd completely forgotten about until later on after playing it for 10 minutes. There's a lock button. You could aim your firepower at something, hit the lock button, and you'd carry on firing at that item. Did I realise that? No. Did it help me? No. I sucked at this game, but it's fun. The graphics are pretty good for the age of the game, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoy blowing things up, I enjoy shooting things, I enjoy picking up power-ups. So this for me, perfect game, loved it. Buster Move 4, or as it was otherwise known, Puzzle Bobble 4, is a 2-player, line some bubbles up, pop them, drop them on the enemy. Similar to Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, same kind of cutesy graphics apart from your Bob and Bub. Do you remember them? Rainbow Islands and all that kind of game. Basically, line up all the bubbles and when you pop them, you drop stuff on your enemy. Blow the crap out of them, clear your board, be a winner. Love this game. Got it on my phone actually. Still play it now and again. Prefer it on the original arcade. Fantastic. 4x4 Evo. Good old 3D driving game. Racing around the corner. Trying to cut up other drivers. Well, if you're a BMW driver, that's the law. I don't drive myself, so driving simulators and racing games I thoroughly enjoy. But I know I've been spoiled to death by games like Forza and Forza Horizon. These old driving games don't seem as good as they used to be, but this one I actually enjoyed. Couldn't steer for shit, but I enjoyed driving, I enjoyed not winning the game. Buggy Heat, another racing game, kind of reminded me a little bit of Outrun, but it was a bit boring. Yeah, you're driving along, you'd go around corners, you can't kind of drift, you go over different terrain. The graphics were okay, they just seemed a little bit bizarre, but overall it was a fun game. I remember loving the game 20 odd years ago, but after those 20 years and playing some fantastic driving games, this fell a little bit short of what I expected. Okay, not great. Mr. Driller. Now I remember that I did enjoy playing this game many years ago. Could I remember how to play it? Not on your life. I knew you had to dig down, I knew you had to collect air. I couldn't remember what the hell to do, but I was enjoying myself either way. Nice, colourful, very fast, annoying, makes you think, and I died quickly and quite often. But it is a fun game. After 3 or 4 attempts, I got back into the swing of things. I figured out how the game plays. It's actually really fun. I'm sure they're probably going to release something very similar in today's standards, but if you can find it, play it. Space Channel 5 was one of those rhythm games that had me hooked. The first one that ever got me hooked was Parappa the Rapper. So to have this on the Dreamcast was absolutely amazing. Sadly, running through my emulation box, for whatever reason, I couldn't get the bloody controls to work. I was so absolutely gutted. I may give it another go on my PC, try and figure out what the controls were, try and work out how to play the bloody game, but I spent hours playing this one. Not so much on Space Channel 5 2, but on this one, gah, wasted half my life. Sonic Adventure, the predecessor to this one, and Sonic Adventure 2 were the main reasons I went out and bought myself a Dreamcast back in the day when they were hella expensive and brand new. So many different ways to play, especially if you had the VMU. On Sonic Adventure 2, you could take out little chows and hatch them and play with them in your little memory unit. It was very strange. It was cool. The girl I was with at the time, she used to take it off to college and keep my chows happy. Hatch new ones, give them new abilities. Very strange. Unreal Tournament, bit of a strange one on a console. I was used to using keyboard, mouse and all sorts of different controls and macro programmable keys to play Unreal Tournament on the PC. Coming back to play this on the Dreamcast was very strange. The control systems, yeah, it doesn't really work. It's horrible. Kind of got the hang of running around and shooting people. As a game, I absolutely love Unreal Tournament. On the Dreamcast console, the control system was just a little bit too difficult to actually play the game properly. Not worth the hassle. Sega Rally Championship. This to me was one of the best rally games ever. It felt like just playing it in the arcade, but at home on a console. The graphics weren't amazing, they were smooth, they were fast, that's all that mattered. There weren't other cars getting in your way all over the place. You just had to skid round corners, jump over little humps, and not push your car into the middle of a river. I found it fun. I enjoyed it. There are much better games now, but back then, this was the best rally game you could play on a console. Tomb Raider Chronicles. I was always a fan of Tomb Raider ever since it first came out on the old PS1. Absolutely loved the exploring, solving the puzzles, jumping around, traversing the levels. But going back and playing it now, that's a different story. I could not get used to the controls. I'm used to 2 analog sticks. 1 analog stick and whatever the hell the other buttons did, I couldn't find my way around. I was falling off all over the place. It was comical to say the least. Oh, I'm glad they're remaking them all. Crazy Taxi is one of those crazy games that I just absolutely love. If I see one in the arcade, I cannot resist jumping on and having a go. Yeah, I suck at the game, but that doesn't matter. It's fun, it's enjoyable, it's fast, it's crazy. It's a mental game. There are so many new versions out, but the original, you just cannot beat it on the Dreamcast. I actually done rather well recording this one. It was my first time playing it for at least, 3 weeks. If you've never played Crazy Taxi, you must have been living under a rock in the middle of India somewhere. It's a fantastic game, you've got to play it. Powerstone 2 was a game that I rarely played back in the day when I owned a Dreamcast, but that's because I never had anyone to actually play it with. The girlfriend I was with, she didn't like the game. I absolutely loved it. Single player wasn't quite as fun, but it got you through the game. It's basically beat the crap out of the other player, dodge everything that's going on in the scene, pick up power-ups, pick up weapons, beat the crap out. It's like Mario All-Stars, just with characters you've probably never heard of. It was such a fun game. It was something I enjoyed replaying just to make this video. Brilliant. Tokyo Highway Challenge 2 one of those racing games, little short bursts of racing, dive through some highways, obviously in Tokyo, nice little shiny cars, not so great on the graphics around that, but you literally just race your nuts off, overtake other cars, and try and qualify for the next race. It's a simple concept. The graphics of the day were pretty nice, especially the shiny cars. Bit Gran Turismo in the way it looks there, but it's quite a fun game. Not the best, still enjoyable for an hour or two. The House of the Dead 2, if there was one game ever that makes you hammer the fire button and then the reload button to kill enemies, it's this game. Oh dear, I've just shot a little innocent kid in the head. Oh well, doesn't matter, I'm sure they'll come back as a zombie. This was one hectic game. I used to absolutely love it. I'm even going to end up getting a light gun for my arcade box for some of the arcade versions of these games. They're so much fun. Bloody difficult as well. But I really do enjoy this game. Always have, always will. Love blowing up zombies. What could be more fun? Metropolis Street Racer. Now, I used to love this game, but looking back on it now, it looks a little bit dated to say the least. Even against the old Tokyo Highway Challenge game, everything just seems a little bit dark. Okay, you've got nice buildings with shiny lights on, but I found it quite difficult to be able to go round corners. Maybe I've been ruined by good old Forza games where you can literally drift and slide and do all that, but I found this decidedly average. Didn't really want to play it, but it was okay. Everyone loves a bit of Mortal Kombat. This one was the gold version. Apparently, according to Wikipedia, this one wasn't as popular as some of the other versions. I was never a major fan of Mortal Kombat because I absolutely sucked at it. But I didn't do too bad. The graphics were pretty good for the time. They were more 3D than anything, and yeah, lots of blood. None of that green stuff that some of the versions had out there. I kind of enjoyed this. There are some better fighting games out there, Dead or Alive 2 being my favourite, but this was good for a good old kick in the face session. The Last Blade. Now, I've got a memory of actually really enjoying playing this with a friend of mine. When I loaded this up and thought, yeah, this will be great in the video, I'll end on this one. I kind of didn't really enjoy playing it as much as I did. It kind of went a little bit too slow for my liking. Yeah, the graphics were good old Neo Geo style gaming, but as a fighting game, it let me down. I preferred Mortal Kombat, and I don't even like Mortal Kombat. Give me Dead or Alive 2 any day. Hope you've enjoyed my video on Dreamcast games, a little look back into what I used to enjoy playing and what it's like to play them now. Yes, there were some games missing. Jet Set Radio being one of them. I'm sure one of you is going to comment somewhere. There's always one. But don't worry, there will be a dedicated video on some of the games that were so damn popular on the Dreamcast that I haven't featured in my last 3 videos, so keep your eyes open for that. Hit the bell to be notified of any future content. Hit the like button if you enjoyed my videos. Subscribe to my channel because why wouldn't you? And hit the join button if you want to go that extra mile and be able to see all my videos earlier than everybody else, plus a few other little benefits along the way. Keep your eyes open for some more games coming. There's some more Xbox game reviews on their way very soon, more Dreamcast content, and of course, keep your eyes open for some of my old content. Some of the 90s and some of the 80s arcade game classics seems to be 2 of my most popular videos. I will be revisiting them very, very soon. But for now, enjoy your games. Catch you in the next video. Bye bye.